Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. I am here to talk to you about Liverpool whacking Chelsea 2-0. Unbelievable, mate. I could not be happier. It was an absolutely... At first, I feel like a game of chess. I thought it was actually really close in terms of how both teams set out. I feel like it was even because of how many times, obviously, Frank Lampard and Jurgen Klopp have played each other. But yeah, Frank Lampard came out with the right teammates. He came out with the right system. He was kind of just... I don't think he wanted Chelsea to sit back as much as they was. But in the first 10 minutes or so, they had a bit of possession. They were coming at us. They were coming at our back line. Timo Werner was looking threatening on some occasions. I'm trying to find just a few positives before I talk about the many positives that Liverpool had. I'm trying to just pick out a few little positives for Chelsea here. And that's about it. Like, that's really about it. Like, when, you know, obviously, let's fast forward to the 45th minute as about... This is when, you know, action really started to happen. Christensen gets sent off. Definite red card, by the way, 100%. Sadio Mane is gone. He might not be fully one-on-one, but he's leaving Christensen. And not only that, it's a deliberate foul. It's not an attempt for the ball. It's not any of that. It's a one-on-one situation, which could be a goal-scoring chance. And you've gone and rugby tackled the cunt. Like, mate, that is a 1,000,000% a foul, a penalty and a red card. And you will see in my live match reaction straight away, I went, what? That is a defo red card, 100%. But no, that was what ended the first half. It was 0-0. Both teams, I feel like if Chelsea went into the second half with a full 11 men, I thought that would have been really good for them, because I thought they were doing the right things in the first half, just in terms of keeping Liverpool at bay, not letting us score. And I feel like maybe they could have came and punished us at the end, but we saw the capitulation of Chelsea Football Club in that second half. That second half is where the other fucking 90 minutes worth itself, mate. It was unreal. It was unreal. First off, I have got to bring up just a Paquito little quote that I brought up a couple of years ago, where I said Sadio Mane is the best football player in world fucking universal football. Like, he is boss, and today he was boss, and his first goal was boss, and his second goal was boss for so many different reasons. I obviously talked about Kepa. He's a shit keeper. Chelsea, you need a new goalkeeper if you want to be competing, let alone title challenges, top four. You need a good goalkeeper if you want to be competing for that top four, mate. 100%. Can't believe he was 75 mil. But Sadio Mane, first goal, class. Second goal, hunger and determination. You saw him lose that ball. I think it was Kante or someone who took it off him. You saw he jumped up. He was fuming. He was like, fuck this. And he went and he got that ball. And you know what, mate? As poor as a mistake as it was from Kepa, Mane did not make it easy for him in that situation, and he didn't even make it remotely easy for him. So I do think Sadio Mane was unbelievable today. He was the standout man. I usually save the man of the match till the end of the video, but I do think you've got to give the man of the match to Sadio Mane. But talking of man of the matches, another thing that happens in the second half, man like Thiago, our new number 6, by the way, I am all for it, baby boy. I am all for it. That sexy, gorgeous, Spanish, Italian, fucking Brazilian bastard. I love him, lad. I love him. The way he came on, obviously Henderson had like a little thigh injury, so he got taken off. Thiago got brought on for the second half, and mate, dictated the midfield. He did. Unbelievable. Class. And you know what, mate? It's just one of them, like people are talking about, we're only going to get a little 2, maybe 3 years out of Thiago. With how good he is, you've got to realise form is temporary, class is permanent, and Thiago has more class in his little finger than a lot of people in that Premier League, a lot of players in that Premier League, and a lot of midfielders in that Premier League. I think we have just saw in 45 minutes alone why he is considered top 3 best midfielders in the world. We have just saw in that 45 minutes alone why he is a European champion. We have just saw in that 45 minutes alone that even when Henderson isn't in the team, because I think we can agree, I surely weren't the only one who was slightly worried when Henderson went off because of what Henderson adds to our team. But I think that was us being naive and forgetting the cunt that we're now bringing in Thiago. Thiago is world class. I don't really know how else to say it. And with only 45 minutes of football and giving away a penalty, which I thought was very soft, by the way, could even argue for the man of the match. I don't think you can give it to him, but you could argue for him with how well he played and the passes he was springing. Another player I want to mention, Fabinho. Now, if you don't follow my Instagram, James Redmonds _96, I predicted the scoreline 2-0. absolutely correct. And I also reacted to the news of Fabinho starting. I think it was something to do with Joe Gomez not being fully ready for this game or something. But I was still happy regardless. And I said, you know what, mate? I rate this decision from Jurgen Klopp. I like it. And what a decision it was. World class. Literally, mate. Timo Werner didn't stand a fucking chance all game. He was in his back pocket all game. And bear in mind, in the first half, there was 2 one-on-one chances against Fabinho. You could see that they were heavily targeting the cunt over Van Dijk. They didn't want any part of Van Dijk, so they went, yeah, let's go for this skinny bastard who usually plays CDM. No, mate, he fucked us, and he fucked us a new one. Havertz never stood a chance, Werner never stood a chance, and that was all due to Fabinho and just getting stuck in. He was boss, and do you know what, mate? Obviously, you do have to give Mane the man of the match, but do you, when you see a performance like that, the way Mane performs at one end of the pitch is basically the equivalent to how Fabinho performs at the other end. He done the job that was needed. Mane's job is to score goals, Fabinho's to stop them from going in, and boy did he fucking do that today, mate. World class. Another one, my goalkeeper, I don't even know if it's like the right way around, but Alisson Becker saves a penalty. Of course, I mentioned briefly the Thiago penalty that was given. And again, it was soft. But then, listen, mate, at that point, there's 15 minutes left to go. If Chelsea scored that goal, the pressure's on. They just brought on Barkley. They just brought on Abraham. If they score that, there's a bit of momentum behind Chelsea. And there's 15 minutes of worry there for Liverpool, which I couldn't be arsed with. Which is why I want to thank Alisson Becker very, very much for fucking saving me that agonising 15 minutes, mate. And saved a penalty. I can't remember if he saved it before. Alex mentions it on the Cop TV in the interview that I done with him. Whether he actually did. But, mate, just insane from start to finish. Alisson, class. Fabinho, class. Team, overall, just class. I'm probably missing out a few points that I want to bring up, but so much happened in that game that was just so great to take from. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Leave me your man of the matches. Boys, there will be a live match reaction out later, of course. If you haven't watched the one that I've done against Leeds, go and watch that. Get an idea for it. That's going to be out just a couple of hours after this. What a game from Liverpool. 2 out of 2, the boys. And we march forward to defend our title indeed. And one last brief thing. I loved the mentality from the boys. Even when we were 2-0 up, we still stuck in there. We still wanted to score and we still were going for it. Minamino gets brought on in the 85th minute. There's a prime example. But just so much to be happy about in that game. Chelsea fans, I think he needs a new goalkeeper. I thought he's played well up until the 10 men. Obviously, that really fucked us. But yeah, again, leave me all your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching the James Redmond TV. Make sure you're liked. Make sure you're subscribed. And make sure you are on the journey for this season because it's going to be very exciting. Anyway, nice one, boys. See you later.